Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mpumelelo Magagula. This is All Things Entertainment. Thank you so much for stopping by. So, I know I am not too late because I thought, let me give this at least 2 days, let people watch. And then, mangizokhuluma la kube sikhuluma ngento esibukele sonke, yabona? Because this is a review. It's not like ngiyanixoxela ukuthi kwenzakala. This is just me pointing out things that I saw, things that interested me, and things that had me questioning. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Real Housewives of Durban reunion part 2, which was aired on Showmax on Wednesday. And darling, let me tell you, I can't believe that I owe Umaple an apology. Oh my God. So this is just me with my little tail just beneath or behind my behind. Okay, cool. So, remember last week when part 1 aired, I came here and said, oh, Maple is tiptoeing around Sarisha, Maple, Usabu Sarisha, this and that. Remember? But it turns out that Maple wasn't tiptoeing. Actually, the question I was looking forward to was actually coming. So I was expecting it to be asked on part 1 because they tackled the Sane issue on part 1. So when the question was not asked, I was like, okay, Maple usaba usarisha. But Maple ended up asking Sarisha the $1,000,000 question that why did you not tell any what Sane said? But what really annoyed me is that I was looking forward to hearing what Sarisha's reason would be. But we didn't get it because, oh, Mrs. I'm a billion. Wavele wa interjector and then answered on behalf of Usorisha, and you know how badly this thing is cut. So after Ueni answered for Sorisha, we didn't get to actually hear what Sorisha's answer was. So I'm still here wondering and asking myself, why did Sorisha lie for Sane? So I guess we'll never know because of Ueni. Because as soon as Omaple asked the question, Eni was like, oh, can I come first? And then she said, yeah, we already knew the truth, but I wanted Mangiti, okay, if you already knew the truth, then why did you continue screaming at Nonku? For what? At some point, I think Eni has grown up, and then ngiphinde ngicabanga ukuthi why ngathi u-Annie is childish or bitanyana or always wants to pick a fight with Unonku, or maybe is she bitter because she's no longer friends with Ujojo Gilawan. So she confuses me at times because you can't be the same person who told Sorisha that why are you making excuses for people? Why are you saying, oh no, maybe they're tired? Oh no, maybe this and that. But now, why would you want to make excuses for Sorisha when she's supposed to answer why she lied for Sane? So that really annoyed me. But anywho, sorry to Uma Blair because he held it down. And I'm sorry again, Shem, for saying Begasaba Usorisha. And you know what? I have to give props to Uma Blair because he asked all the burning questions. He asked all the questions that we needed answers to. And I'll forever be grateful for him. And I hope that he's also going to be doing all the other reunions of the Housewives. So, the other thing that interested me was Pastor Nonku. She really had me in stitches when she was asked why Atanoguti, oh, God will speak for me. Her explaining that at times she struggles to put her points across. That made sense because Ulalento Yogu, she speaks fast and then sometimes she stutters and then sometimes abambala, abambela, abambela. So when you know how frustrating it is when you're trying to get your point across and you are mad because it sounds like nothing makes sense. So Utiena, she always says, God will speak for me because she feels like she can't, speak for herself. I'm like, ma'am, don't lie. You run away from accountability. Don't come here and tell us that God will speak for you. Come on, because you also confront other people. So what if other people tell you that, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. God will speak for me. Please, you need to own up to your shit. Okay, cool. We move on from that. Oh my God. The tension, guys, the tension. The tension, you could cut it with a knife, a very big knife, because the facial expressions, oh my God, if looks could kill, each and every lady in that room would have died. I tell you that for free. And the fake apologies that are flying around, oh my word. Like, I was wondering, why are these people apologizing to each other? Because they know that, number one, they're not remorseful. Number two, they are still continuing with their beef. No one really means what they are saying. Because Sarisha apologized, Nungu apologized, Slee apologized, Sane of all people apologized. Who else? Everybody apologized. And I'm just like, oh my God. Except Jojo's apology was not genuine, because she said, she's not going to apologize for leaving them at that trip. Remember the trip where she invited them and then she left because she didn't want to be accountable? That episode where she threw at last and then water splashed into Nongu's eye. That episode, she said she was not going to apologize for them for leaving, but maybe she could apologize for how she reacted and how she dealt with things. And I'm like, ma'am, you need to apologize, because you can't call people to a trip and then leave them at the table as if that is not enough. You're going to leave in the middle of the night or early in the morning and not say goodbye to anyone. As a host, man, please, you need to be accountable for shit. And then an apology that really had me saying, ma'am, you should have kept that to yourself. Usane, she apologized to Annie, and then she had fake tears and whatever. And then she had me in stitches when she said to Sarisha, how Sarisha, but I just cried right now. I just apologized to Annie. And I'm like, ma'am, so you faked crying so that Annie could, forgive you. And one thing I loved about Annie is her consistency. Annie is one queen that stays consistent. If she loves you, she loves you. If she stands up for you, she stands up for you. If I got feely, I got feely. That's one thing I really love about her. She tried giving Sane a chance, but that niceness blew up in her face, because when the episodes were airing, remember that Usane went onto Musa Kaula's blog, and then they spoke about they spoke about the infidelity, the alleged infidelity that is happening in the marriage. And then she said she had files, wara 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 wara. But during the part 2 of the reunion, she apologized to Annie and for saying that she slept her way to the top, and for the racial comments she made, that, oh, Amakala do I say Cape Town. She apologized for that too. She apologized for actually being a wrong person, and speaking badly about Ueni. But that turned up very much quickly, because Ueni was like, ma'am, why are you apologizing? Because you are the same person who went and told people that my husband made someone else pregnant outside our marriage. You are the same person who threatened me. Oh no, Sane said, don't come here on a high horse because you threatened me, my sister. So how do you now say that I did all those things? Because you also came to my inbox and blackmailed me. And then you went around searching for information about me. What were you going to do with that information if you got it? Sane was asking that, and then Annie threatened Guti Uzotata Usane and take, legal route against her. Usane was like, you are not going to threaten me. That's the word she used. You are not going to threaten me. I was like, yes, girl. Njele. And then something else that actually caught my attention. What else? Oh, Usli explained. Remember how when the episodes were airing, people said that Usli married indoda ka-antwakhe sekashonile. But Slee actually said it was not the aunt, it was actually a family friend. And it does not make it any better. But okay, because a family friend is just like family. But cool. She said that bekaso antwakhe obekashade nale ndoda yena ebekashade nayo. It was actually a family friend, and that she was embarrassed about that, and she went into hiding. Da 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 da. And then when the relationship ended, she also felt embarrassed again. All right, and as still talking about Usli actually apologized to Nonku for the last scene, which I think she shouldn't have because Nonku had that coming. But anywho, Usli, being the lady that she is, she apologized for, acting out of character and actually blowing things out of proportion. She said that she shouldn't have allowed herself to get to that point. And I'm like, girl, you should have went even lower if it were up to me. But anywho, she apologized for that. There are actually many apologies for Unongu because even Annie apologized to Nongu. Annie also apologized to Jojo. Sarisha apologized to Nongu. So Nongu had, but okay, wait. She received a lot of apologies, but she gave out more apologies, which makes her the problem. Because another thing yokuzenza a victim. Sometimes she is a victim, but sometimes the victimization is very much solicited. Yeah, let's move on. So now let's move on. Remember when Ojojo and Eni fought about that alcohol situation, with Ojojo saying that Eni ungene Roman like and said, "Oh, it's thinking of alcohol in here." Remember that situation. So a raw footage was played, right? If you watched it, you remember. The raw footage proves that Eni just walked in being the bubbly self that she is. And she said, "Are you drinking? What is this?" That's it. At no point did she say Gunuga Ochwala in the room. So Annie did not need to apologize to Ujojo for that. And Annie was right, very much right, to cry and also go to Ujojo and say, "You and I are friends. I would never say or do anything to you like that." And then Mrs. "I've lost my voice" kept on, "Oh, the foot fake." Yes, sis. She needed to apologize to Annie for that because the raw footage was played. And that means that Ujojo was wrong and she kept on telling the ladies something that did not happen. And you know what else annoyed me was Usane laughing when Uene explained the infidelity thingy. Remember, because Umaple asked Uene, any social media was buzzing with you ngendaba zakho zokuthi your man is cheating. And then when Annie was busy defending the man and explaining what was actually happening, I could hear that her voice was shaking, which means that something is really going on. It's either the man, vele ubizu namantombazana, or the man has made someone pregnant, because she didn't sound like umuntu who doesn't care or umuntu who's not touched by the situation. I was like, "Ma'am, your voice is shaking. Something is really going on here." And then while she was talking, Osane was laughing, and I'm like, "Why are you laughing?" But also now I'm thinking maybe she laughed because she had the receipts, because immediately after that ad, or on that day, there were screenshots of Annie's man and another girl. And I'm just like, wow, you can never defend a man. Not in this life, not in the next one, not even Koma Horimong. Men don't deserve to be defended because, oh my God, the same day we see Annie defending her husband is the same day Kupumama Rasitzi with Haibo Girliza. Your man's is busy laughing out loud on video calls with another woman. Your man's is driving around the streets with another woman. And I'm just like, wow. They told us that after God, you must fear a man. Gailey's high shame. But anywho, we move on. Guys, can we talk about how gorgeous Mbali is? No pun intended, because I know that there's gorgeous Mbali, but Mbali Izwite. Mbali is beautiful, guys. Mbali is so gorgeous. I don't know if it's just me who sees that, but she is beautiful. Anywho, she said that she was no longer engaged to that Benton artist of hers. Mm-hmm. She didn't explain what happened. She just said that it was a long story. Even though we had time, obviously, the team that was editing didn't have time because they kept on editing. Ikaka, not Ikaka per se, but like, because I'm just like, while we're listening to someone explaining, we've now jumped to another question, or we've now jumped to someone else explaining something else. And I'm just like, guys, why into le were so quick? It's like banvuse ngo 12, but we need this thing by 2 a.m. I edit njengamanje. I didn't like the editing, and I did say that also nange part 1. And then yeah, that's that. Umbali is no longer engaged. We don't know what happened, but we remember she was asked also on the show with and I think it was Sane who asked about the man. And I think also Slee asked about the man. And then Umbali was very cagey and defensive about that one. But we know why now. And then, Usane and Umbali fought also. They were fighting because Umbali said that Usane didn't come to the last dinner because of her. And then they kept on squabbling. I can't even remember exactly what they were saying to each other, but they kept on Ugula calling each other Ifebe. That's not the word they used. Yes, they called each other Bononkroi, and I'm just like, oh wow, whining a so shine. I'm so disappointed that actually no one charged at the other Lapana. Even though my player gave them, rules to say, "Agrekomela puma, yakomela alo," but just to vase someone that should have happened, or high heels flying around, something should have flown around actually. And then while Sane and Umbali were fighting, Jojo came in and said, "No, Umbali, this girl, Aksu woman angazi to the last dinner. She didn't come actually because Sane threatened to kill me." And I was like, what? Sane threatened to kill Ujojo? How? And why? And then apparently production banned Usane from the dinner, and Jojo was sent to a whole panic attack in Tontoni, and then paramedics were called and all. And I'm just like, what? And while Jojo was explaining that, there was no closure because the editing team cut that part out. I was so fucking annoyed because I'm just like, how do you do that? Jojo is still explaining, this is juicy, this is important. We were supposed to hear this until the end. But yeah, there was no closure in that thing. And Sarisha, yeah, didn't come through with the receipts. Remember when she said, I'm bringing receipts to the reunion, baby? Wait. She didn't bring receipts. I am so annoyed at Sorisha right now because I'm just like, why ngathi ukhonkotha kuphela awulumi? Why does it sound like you're that dog? Those that bark, and when you get closer they run away. I'm like, Sorisha, first of all, you asked a question and we didn't get to hear your answer. Number 2, you ustalile, like singakaceli. What is those receipts? Bakubuza ukuthi apha ama-receipts, and then seyabuza ukuthi Slee, should I tell them because I spoke to you about this? Like, fuck. Oh, should I tell them because I spoke to Slee about this on the side? I'm not sure if I should speak about it now. And then Uncle is pressing and saying, Mama, give them the receipts. Like, name names. Drop the names. And she's like, Nonku, do you really want me to do that? Then I'm just like, yo, Sorisha, unonku uti kulumamus. Clearly she's got nothing to hide. Why prove wrong? Kuluma, up my receipts. And then Nonku said, Sorisha, girl, I also have receipts on you. I just feel like those receipts should have been on the table. Really. They should have been on the table and let us put the matter to bed for once and for all. But no, Baya Sabana, and that thing really irks me. Bored me, Kesana, bored to the boredest of them all. What else do I want to talk about? Okay, there's nothing. I guess that's just that. That's everything that bored me and liked things I liked, things that interested me, things that got me wanting to talk. So the reunion was just that Baple asked all the questions, the ladies, fake apologies and stuff, like I said. So that is that. We're looking forward to season what? 4 of the Real Housewives of Durban. Right now, we are jumping to the Real Housewives of Johannesburg, and I'll be giving you guys a review of episode 1. I think on Sunday or so. Yeah, this is it. My name is Mpumelelo Makakula. This is All Things Entertainment, and I will see you guys when I have another video. Kulungile. Bye.